In recent times, the months of June to August have been characterized by high food scarcity in Nigeria's northeast. This is due to heightened insecurity, which has made farming difficult, coupled with climate change causing drought and flood, and a reduction of economic power through inflation. It is in order to mitigate this crisis that the United Nations is launching a 6-month plan to mobilize critical funding urgently address the nutrition crisis in Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe states.
It is predicted that 55 million people will face hunger in the region of West and Central Africa this lean season. And the reason behind are violence, hike in the cost of living, climate crisis shock, shrinking humanitarian assistance, among other factors that are propelling this number of people living in food insecurity.
According to the risk assessment, more than 4.8 million people are at risk of severe hunger, while 1.5 million children are at risk of acute malnutrition and 0.7 million at risk of severe acute malnutrition. Consequently, the plan targets to provide food for 2.8 million people. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says the multi-sector plan is designed to include interventions in other critical factors like health, clean water and sanitation to help address underlying causes of malnutrition.
Looking at resources, we are hoping that the government, the private sector and new donors can increase their support to these efforts. Last year, we saw the government double its food assistance in the Bay States to address the plight of 400,000 people. That was a great achievement that should be lauded.
The lean season financial requirement for 6 months seeks $306.4 million. A breakdown shows $170.1 million is needed to provide food security and livelihoods, $50.7 million for nutrition, $32.7 million for hygiene, now $24.7 million to intervene in health, $15.2 million for logistics, and $12.3 million for protection. Representatives of Nigeria's government appeal for more support and that funds generated be judiciously used.
It is noteworthy to mention that food insecurity and malnutrition remain the major concerns in the conflict-affected states.
I wish to congratulate the UN for taking this bold step, and it is my belief that the outcome of this launch will be judiciously utilized to address food insecurity in the Bay States.
The World Food Programme warns that the starvation will see an increase in negative coping mechanisms such as survival sex and child labor.
We have a solutions agenda. Now we feel the key solution, FAO and World Food Programme working in the agriculture-related sector of the United Nations, is to get people back on their farms. Production, self-reliance through their own produce. But that's going to take some time to do it through an orderly effort.
The UN is advocating that early funding can help secure households from the scourge of hunger, avert catastrophe, and save lives. Ferdinand Durocher, Arise News.